Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Teacher's Guide to how to answer Section A for the new AQA Literature GCSE Paper 1, which is Shakespeare and post-1914. Now, I've gone through all this information in my previous video, so I'm not going to bore you with it, but here's the structure of the exam papers. Here's a question asking you about the methods and the mark scheme, which I've gone through already. Here is the method, that's how to answer it. Here's form, structure and language, what you need to look for. Here's my question, there's my points, and here is my essay. So let's make sure we listen to the answer. Again, any of the planning information that you require, please see my previous video. So during our first interaction with the character named Macbeth at 1 scene 5, it is clear that Shakespeare presents the character as being one who desires greater powers, but knows that this is not possible in a traditional female guise. Remember, I need to focus on the extract here first. This is evident through the character's phrase, "unsex me here." Clearly, the character recognises that she is unable to commit murder, seen traditionally as a male task whilst being female, which is why she implores evil spirits in order to accomplish this. Clearly, this highlights how Jacobean society viewed anyone who acted outside the traditional feudal model as villainous and sinful. Furthermore, not only does the character wish to gain greater power, and notice I use character because I'm conceptualising, because they're not real people, but the power the character wishes to gain is entirely villainous. "Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers." By desiring to turn her traditional nurturing qualities into poison, the character hearkens to the figure of Eve, who led Adam to his doom. Furthermore, by using the possessive pronoun to describe a woman's breasts, Shakespeare is highlighting that the character sees weakness as purely belonging to females rather than males. You might argue there's quite a bit of context in there, and you may be right, but I'm playing on the safe side. Later in the play, Lady Macbeth is also demonstrated to the audience as assertive. During the planning of the regicide of King Duncan, the scene ends with Lady Macbeth stating that her husband should leave all the rest to me. Not only does the imperative command show that the figure is imposing herself upon her husband, which again breaks traditional female codes of the time, but the fact that the character utters the last line here again highlights that the character has the final say. Moreover, the lexis, which means words all, demonstrates to the audience that the character is in complete control of the situation. Her assertive nature is also seen when the character Macbeth's imposters to truth fear would well become a woman's story. Here, the character Lady Macbeth turns traditional roles on their head by questioning the character's manliness, despite the fact that the character has been awarded precisely due to his bravery. The character clearly attempts to persuade her husband by suggesting his fear is nothing more than a story, a fabrication which is not based in fact. And finally, the character Lady Macbeth's power is then seen to decrease as her guilt increases. "Out, damn spot" is uttered by the character while she sleepwalks, demonstrating not only a sense of being red-handed, but by referring to the spot as damn, Shakespeare suggests that her actions have led to her own damnation, which follows the traditional Aristotelian tragic model, which have disempowered the figure. This is reinforced further by the character's declarations that all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh. This highlights that the guilt of her actions have now consumed all the figure's senses, meaning the character is unable to act in a manner which we have seen earlier in the play. The adjective little shows that the character has reverted back to seeing herself as a traditional female who would have been deemed weak and defenceless in comparison to their male counterparts. So that's how we put our plan all together, basically written in full sentences. We've covered all the elements of the mark scheme we need to. Thank you very much. Let's ensure you do the same. Feel free to like and share. Well done.